Morning guys, it's another beautiful January morning. I've just been out for another morning run, colder than yesterday's, but all very good, very good. Today I'm going to talk to you about stretching. Yesterday I spoke about open and closed chain exercises and hopefully that was useful for you. So stretching, I see people getting this one wrong quite a lot. And with the information I'm going to give you, hopefully you won't make these mistakes. So we're going to just talk about two forms of stretching. I'm not going to go into the individual stretches. I'm going to go into the point of, well, how long should I be stretching for? And that's an individual stretch. So here's the rule. If I am stretching, I'm really stretching for one of two purposes. There are others, but one or two. Number one, I actually want to change the length-tension relationship of the muscles into a joint. What does that mean? That means that I'm actually going to do a stretch which is changing the length of the muscle over a period of time. So it's going to be a longer stretch. I'll go into that more in a moment. The other type of stretching is I want to stretch to get ready for the activity or the sport or the gym session that I'm about to do. So I'm not looking to change the length of the muscle. I'm looking to get the muscle, as in change it and make it longer than it prior to was. I'm just trying to get it so it's got its range. So here we go. If I hold on to a measuring device here, I could pick any muscle and say, but let's just say, so for the second one, which is called the stretch contraction method, if you're going to go and do sport, so you're a football player and you're going to go and do a training session or you've got a football match, and let's say that your hamstring flexibility, if these are two legs, and this is your pelvis, we'll make it work this way, two legs. If we were to take your leg up into position, and let's say that is your usual range of motion, that's the maximum range that your hamstring can get to. Fantastic. It comes game day, and we're a little bit stiffer because we were laying in bed too long or whatever the scenario is, and that's where we are currently. We want to do a stretch contraction technique to take your muscle to the point that it can get to and no further. I need to explain to you why that's so important. What we don't want to do in that situation is do the long duration stretching. So that actually, that's where we can go to normally. But now we're going to stretch and we're going to hold the stretches for 30 seconds to a minute. So that is trying to get what we call creep in the muscle. We're trying to make the muscle fibers lengthen to actually change the relationship going forward. So that's a really good way of stretching to improve posture and get balance around the joint, these 30-second to a minute hold. If I do that before going onto the football pitch, this was the range of motion I could get to, and now, or going into the gym to do a heavy workout, whatever, but now I'm going to change the relationship in the body and I make this additional gain, even just a few degrees I've gained. Fantastic. Your brain isn't aware of the change. What I mean by that is it's had no opportunity to use this new muscle length and orientate it in a three-dimensional environment of moving around and doing things. So if you do this and you adjust this level and then you go onto a football pitch, where your body thinks when you move your leg and go into a tackle or something or accelerate off the block, your brain's used to, well, when we move, this is the range of movement we move to, and this is our parameters that we can move in. And you've changed the parameters without giving the software in the brain the opportunity to figure out what the new dimension is. So it's learning on the fly. The problem with your brain learning on the fly is, I'm in a competitive situation, going to maximal exertion, sprinting down the ring, and then pop, and the hamstring muscle goes. And we wonder why, because we did this great stretching. So the length of the stretch needs to be seriously considered. So that hopefully explains to you why you shouldn't be doing these long duration holds before doing those kind of activities. Those long duration holds should be done, the best time is after a bath before going to bed. Just do those long duration holds. You go to bed, your brain starts recalculating things, you get up in the morning, you're moving around, your brain's accepted where the new muscle length tension relationship is. If you're doing it before you want to go onto the football pitch, you can do exactly the same stretch you were going to, but you don't hold it for 30 seconds. What you do is a stretch contraction method. And I'm going to show you one right now with my neck muscle. So I'm going to sit in great posture, and I'm going to stretch my mid to upper trapezius. So all I'm going to do in this position, make the ball stop squeaking, is I'm going to take my head to the side, and that's the bind point. You can see it is where the neck naturally goes to. I could force through, but that's not what we're trying to do. So there's my bind point. I'm going to put my hand on the side of the head. Now what I'm going to do in this position, I've got barely any pressure coming from this hand. It's just a gesture of holding. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale, and I'm going to push my neck into my hand with about 10 to 15% of my power, or strength I should say, because I'm holding it. My hand isn't forcing me back, it's just blocking me from going that way, which is causing a stretch. 5 seconds, breathe out. Can I make any gain? Yeah, I could do a gentle pull, there's a little bit more gain. Breathe in, contract, 5, 4, relax, breathe out. Can I make any more gain? Just a gentle bit, I'm not trying to force this. 5 second contract, and I just do that 3 times. And then I'll mirror it on the other side. Then I'll go to my hamstrings and contract, relax. Obviously there is a science to the way you're doing stretching, so be careful, and that's why I pointed out that when I've got my hand on the side, I don't pull with my arm, because that's just going to irritate the neck. So when you've got your stretches, you need to understand, okay, how do I correctly do these stretches? And there may be stuff coming out about that later, but at the very least, what do I want you to get from this video? I want you to understand the difference between a contract, relaxation, stretch before sport, before workout, heavy participation in something, and the corrective stretches, which is 30 seconds to a minute, sometimes beyond, where we're making changes in the muscle length tension relationship, which will affect our postural position and make our joints healthier, etc. So 2 stretches that look the same, very different situations when you should use them, and I hope that gives you a thought process of, okay, what should I be doing, and with my stretches, how can I make sure that I understand how to do stretch contraction and the muscle tension lengthening one, and hopefully you can then apply that so you're not doing the wrong stretching technique at the wrong time. Anyhow, 7-minute video, all's good. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.